Good morning, children. This session we are going to see a new topic. The topic of the lesson is periodic classification 2. Okay. So in this topic we are going to see about the introduction part, followed by modern periodic law, then modern periodic table, features of periods, features of group, followed by orbital diagram. So these things we are going to discuss today. Okay. Right. You want to buy some medicines. So you visit a medical shop. You know very well the medical shop contains vast number of medicines. So it is very difficult for the medical shopkeeper to remember all the medicines. But if you ask that particular medicine to the shopkeeper, immediately he will take the medicine and give it to you. How is it possible? So in the same manner, you want to buy some groceries. Okay. So you visit a grocery shop. Grocery shop you know very well. There is supermarket you know very well. So many things they will get, isn't it? But when you enter into the grocery shop, that is supermarket, what are the things are needed for you? You take those things immediately. Okay. How is it possible? This is because of the order of arrangement of things are essential. Okay. Order of arrangement of things, those things are essential. In the same manner, the periodic table also, it is nothing but all the elements are arranged in the well organized manner. Okay, so this lesson we are going to discuss about these things only, right? In our surroundings, all existing matter is made up of small units called elements. Presently, there are 118, 118, okay. Presently, there are 118 elements are known. Out of these 118 elements are known to us, okay. Out of this 118 elements, some elements are man-made. So, scientists decided to organize the elements, okay, organize the elements based on the importance of elements and also about the special characteristics, that is properties of the elements. So scientists decided to organize the elements according to the importance given to the elements based on the properties, right? Good. So next we can move to the modern periodic law. The modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Okay. So the modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Okay. Based on the modern periodic law, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. Okay. Based on the modern periodic law, what modern periodic law states? Modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. So based on that modern periodic law, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers to form the modern periodic table. Okay. Hence, the modern periodic table, it shows, okay, the modern periodic table, it is nothing but the tabular arrangement of elements in rows and columns, okay, in rows and columns, which shows the regular repetition of properties of the elements. Okay. So the modern periodic table, it states that modern periodic table states that all the elements, okay, are arranged in a regular repetition of regular repetition of the properties of elements, okay. So this is the modern periodic table, okay. What modern periodic law states? So these are very important 2 mark questions. Modern periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. And modern periodic table shows that it is the tabular arrangement of elements in rows and columns, and it shows the regular repetition of the properties of the elements. Got it, children? Right. So next we can move to features of periods. Okay. In the periodic table, the elements are arranged in horizontal rows. Okay. This is the modern periodic table. Here all the elements are arranged in a well organized manner. At the same time, all the elements are arranged according to the increasing number of the elements. Okay. Increasing atomic number of the elements. Okay. So features of period in the modern periodic table, the elements, okay, the elements are arranged in horizontal rows, okay, are called periods. These are all the elements, 118 elements. Here the elements are arranged in horizontal rows are called periods, and there are 7 periods in the periodic table. This is the first period, second period, third period, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 periods in the periodic table. Okay. And the elements are arranged in vertical column. These are the vertical column. Elements are arranged in the vertical column are called groups. Okay. There are 18 groups in the periodic table. How many periods in the periodic table? 7 periods in the periodic table and 18 groups in the periodic table. This is also one of the important 2 mark question. What are called periods and what are called groups? Okay. Periods means what? In the periodic table, the elements are arranged in horizontal rows are called periods, and there are 7 periods in the periodic table. And the vertical column, this is the vertical column. Elements are arranged in vertical column are called groups, and there are 18 groups starting from here up to this. 18 groups in the periodic table, right? So in the first period, this first period is the shortest period. Why? Because only 2 elements are present. Okay. What are the 2 elements? First one is the hydrogen element. Its atomic number is 1. And second one is the helium element. Its atomic number is 2. 1 and 2. Atomic number 1 and 2. So first period contains only 2 elements. First element is the hydrogen and second element is the helium. This is the shortest period because this period contains only 2 elements. Got it? Right. So second period contains 8 elements. Okay. So second period contains 8 elements. This is also short period because it contains only 8 elements. Okay. So what are the elements are present? Lithium, Li is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. These are the 8 elements present in the second period. Second period contains how many elements? It contains 8 elements. Got it? Right. So next third period. Third period also it contains 8 elements. This is also short period. Okay. So it starts from sodium, magnesium. Okay. Sodium, magnesium. Next one is aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. Okay. 8 elements are present in the third period. Right. Next fourth period. Fourth period. This is a long period. Why? Because it contains 18 elements. 18. Okay. 18 elements. It starts from potassium, calcium. Okay. So these are the elements up to krypton. Potassium to krypton. So 18 elements are present in the fourth period. Got it? Right. So horizontal rows are called periods. This is the horizontal row and vertical columns are called groups. Okay, 18 groups are present in the periodic table as well as 7 periods are present in the periodic table. Right, children? Clear about the periods? Shall we move to the groups now? Okay. The vertical column in the periodic table, the vertical column here, the elements are present from top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom are called groups. How many groups are present in the periodic table? 18. 18 groups are, that is 18 groups are present in the periodic table. Okay, so based on that groups, here the elements are classified into various families. Okay, what are they? Let me see now. The first group are called the alkali metal family. Okay, first group are called alkali metal family. As the first group, this is the first group. So first group are called the alkali metal family, and second group is called alkali earth metal family. Group 3 to 12 are called transition metals. Okay, so this is group 3. This group 3 to 12, these are called the transition metals, right? So next one, group 13 is called the boron family. Okay, group 13 is called boron family. If you look at the group 13, so this is the group 13. This group contains many elements, but we are saying it is the boron family. Why? Because the head of the family is boron. Okay, so this is boron, aluminium, gallium, like that some elements are present. Which is the head? Boron is the head. Hence we are saying it is the boron family. Okay, next group 14 is called the carbon family. Okay, where is group 14? This is the group 14. These elements are called the carbon family because the head of the element is carbon. First element is carbon. Hence we are saying it is the carbon family. Okay, so next group 15, 1-5. Group 15 is called nitrogen family. See, this is group 15. These are the group 15 elements. The first element is nitrogen. Hence we are saying it is the nitrogen family, right? So next one, group 16, oxygen or chalcogen family. Where is group 16? This is group 16. Here oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, these elements are called the oxygen family, and the first element is oxygen, right? So next one, group 17 are called halogens. These are the group 17 elements. These are called halogens. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These elements are called halogens, right? So next one, group 18. Group 18 are called noble gases. These are the group 18. Okay, what are the elements are present in group 18? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are the elements which is present in group 18. Those are called noble gases. Got it, children? You clear about this family? Yes? Now you are clear about the periods and groups, isn't it? Shall we move to the orbital diagram now? Right. Look at this diagram. This is called the orbital diagram. Okay. This orbital diagram, it shows the electrons in arrows. Okay. Indicates the spin of the electrons. Okay. Orbital diagram, it shows the electrons in arrows. This is arrow mark, isn't it? I think this orbital diagram you have learned in your lower classes. This is called the orbital diagram. Orbital diagram shows the electrons in arrow like that. Okay, and it indicates the spin of the electrons. Electrons always will spin with a very high speed, isn't it? So this is the orbital diagram. Here we can take n value as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on. Okay. Okay. For this orbital diagram, here regarding this orbital diagram, you have to remember 3 laws. Okay. First one is that is 3 principles. One is the Aufbau principle. Okay. Second orbital diagram. Okay, so what Aufbau principle says, already in your atomic structure lesson you have learned about the Aufbau principle. So Aufbau is the German word, okay, and the meaning for Aufbau is building up, okay, right. Aufbau principle states that, okay, the subshell with the minimum energy is filled up first, and when this subshell attains the maximum number of electrons, then the next subshell with the higher energy starts filling. This is the Aufbau principle. Already you have learned, isn't it? So this Aufbau principle is used to find out the location of electrons in an atom and also about their energy levels. Okay, Aufbau principle is used to find out the location of electrons in an atom and also about their energy levels. And also it is very important to note that for each electron, okay, for each orbital it can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. Okay, this is Pauli exclusion principle. This is also very important. Okay, already I told you Aufbau principle, that is the subshell with minimum energy is filled up first, and when this subshell attains maximum quota of electrons, then the next subshell with higher energy starts filling. For example, if you take carbon element, it has 6 electrons. Okay, see the arrangement will be like this, that is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. So if you count this, you will get 6 electrons. Okay, so in this manner only we have to do. And the order of arrangement of orbitals is very essential. Okay, so look at this one. In this order only the electrons will start filling. Okay, first one 1s, that is 1s. Next 2s 2p, 2s 2p. Next one 3s 3p. This one 3s 3p. Next 4s 3d 4p. 4s, right? 4s. Again it will go like this. Then it will come. Then it will go here. It will come like this. In this manner only electrons will start filling. Okay. Then 3d. Next 3. After 3d 4p. This one 4p. 5s. Next 4d. 5p. 6s. Next 5f. 6d. 7p. 8s. And so on. Like this electrons will start filling. So this order only the orbitals will start filling the electrons. Got it, children? Right. In your lower classes you have learned about the structure of atom. In that structure of atom you have learned that the orbital, it contains, look at this one, orbital, it contains one orbital, that is this S block element. Orbital name is S block element, P block element, D block element and F block element. Okay, here these elements, it contains, for each and every block of element, it contains, if you take S block element, its maximum, its capacity is only one orbital. Okay, already I told you, as per Pauli exclusion principle, maximum it can hold 2 electrons, isn't it? So, one orbital into 2 electrons, that is equal to the maximum electron capacity is 2, right? So, next one, if you take the P block element, the type of orbital, 3 orbitals can fill here. So, each orbital I told you, it contains 2 electrons. So, 3 into 2, its maximum electron capacity is 6, right? So, next one, D electron. So in this D electron, that is D electron is D block element. Okay, D block element 5. It's 5 orbital can accommodate here. For each orbital I told you 2 electrons, isn't it? Maximum 2 can only hold the electrons. So 5 into 2, 10. Maximum electron capacity is 10 for D block element. And if you take F block element, that is 7 orbital, in that for each orbital 2 electrons can accommodate. So 7 into 2, that is equal to 14 electron can accommodate. accommodate. As per Pauli exclusion principle, each orbital accommodates 2 electrons. So if you multiply with 2, you will get the maximum electron capacity. So these elements are called S block element, P block element, D block element and F block element. Got it, children? Right. Next we can move to the, based on this orbital diagram, we can see 3 examples. Okay. So one is sodium, second one is aluminium, third one is scandium. Sodium, its atomic number is 11. Okay. Sodium, its atomic number is 11. So its electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. In this manner, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Okay. So in this already we learned about the how many maximum capacity of electrons we know. So in this manner only the element will start filling the electrons. Okay. Sodium atomic number is 11. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So this is the S block element. If you add all these electrons, you will be getting this atomic number, right? So next one is aluminium. Its atomic number is 13, 1, 3. Okay. Here 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p1. Okay. So see p orbital. Here also you have to look at the orbital for s, p, d, f. How many types of orbital? In that maximum it can hold 2 electrons and this is the maximum electron capacity can hold the element. Okay, so S block or P block or D block or F block. Next one is scandium. Its atomic number is 21. So its electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d1. This is the D block element. Okay, this is an example of S block element. This is P block element. This one D block element. Like this we can calculate the F block element also. Okay. So what are the things we discussed today, children? So this lesson, periodic classification lesson, is very important. Okay. So you see the periodic table. You get the periodic table chart. Otherwise you see from other books. You refer other books and you can get the modern periodic table chart of elements. Okay. So look at the elements. What are called periods? What are called groups? Okay. How many periods are present in the periodic table? How many groups are present in the periodic table? In the first group, in the first period, what are the elements are present? What are their atomic numbers? Already I told you, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number, isn't it? So, in this manner, you have to see all the 118 elements are given. Some elements are man-made only. Okay. So, what are the things we discussed today? That is modern periodic law. Okay. Modern periodic law means it states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements or the periodic functions of their atomic number. Okay. So based on the modern periodic law, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. Many elements are present here now. So all the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. For example, if you take hydrogen, its atomic number is 1. Next element is helium, its atomic number is 2. Like that only the elements are arranged in the periodic table. Okay. So next, modern periodic table. Modern periodic table means it is nothing but the tabular arrangement of elements. Okay. So this is the tabular arrangement of elements which is present in the vertical column as well as horizontal rows. Okay. In a well organized manner, and it shows the regular repetition of the properties of each and every element. This is the modern periodic table. Got it, children? Right. So next one, features of periods. Periods means what? In the periodic table, the elements are arranged in the horizontal rows. Horizontal rows are called periods. So how many periods? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 periods are present in the periodic table. Next, what about group? Group means what? In the periodic table, the elements are arranged in the vertical new elements. Okay, and some elements are present as a transition element as well as inter-transition element. So when you go to higher classes, you will learn about what is transition element, what is inter-transition element, right? So next one, features of periods, groups over orbital diagram. So this is the orbital diagram. Orbital diagram means what? Just orbital diagram is here the electrons are arranged in rows. Okay, the electrons showed by arrows, okay, and it represented the arrangement. Okay, here in this manner only the electrons will start filling. So this orbital diagram is very important. Okay, here the electrons are shown by the arrows. Okay, and it shows the filling of electrons. Okay, spin electrons means always it is spinning in nature. So this orbital diagram shows the spin of electrons, right? So next one is the these are about the families. Groups, I told you know groups since there are 18 groups, that is elements which is present from top to bottom. Okay, in vertical columns, elements which are present in top to bottom. Okay, that is vertical columns. These are the vertical columns are called the groups. There are 18 groups are present in the periodic table. Based on the 18 groups, they can be segregated, they can be classified into various families. Okay, what are the various families? Alkali metal family, alkaline earth metal family, transition metals, boron family, carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen or chalcogen family, halogens, noble gases. These are the various families. If you look at the periodic table, you will see the families. Okay, and for example, if you take this boron family, boron is the head of that particular column. So it is called the boron family. Like that, other families also given now: carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen family, halogens, and noble gases. That's it, children. Now assignment work. Okay, so what are the things we discussed today? About modern periodic table, modern periodic law, features of period, features of group, and also about the orbital diagram. Okay, so this orbital diagram is very important. This orbital diagram, it shows the electrons in arrows and it indicates the spin of the electrons. That one point you just keep it in your mind, right, children? So this modern periodic law as well as its various families and orbital diagrams, these three questions you have to complete. This is your assignment, children. The remaining things